During CES 2023, we got to check out a lot of very cool VR and AR experiences. Like right here at the VRgineers and Somnium booth, where we got to check out the Crystal 3, which is a very expensive, I'm assuming, device, which is used primarily by military for flight simulation and training, and the Somnium VR1, which is a partially open source device that's going to be coming to consumers and prosumers sometime in the future. Now, for the Somnium VR1, we could see this nice under glass prototype and also peer through the lenses into a virtual world as well as a pass-through mixed reality world. And I was pretty excited because the clarity was very good. The vertical and horizontal field of view was pretty much unmatched, and I'm excited to see what actually comes of this device in the future. And of course, we moved on from VRgineers and their Crystal 3 to the Pimax booth, where they were also showcasing a device called the Crystal.
That's the log gig adapter. It's actively cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can see how far along it is as well. It's got the fan, it's all fully tooled.
It's going to be like second quarter probably?
We were tempted to show it here, that's why we brought it. But it's too many views. It's line of sight.
Oh,
It's
is that micro?
No, it's some kind of a unique. It's an HDMI. It's a micro HDMI.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah. It's line of sight. So nothing. It's okay if like one person walks in the way. But if you have 50 people, then you've got a real problem. So we felt like, well,
might be better to hold off. Yeah.
So there was a few features we were going to show, but we actually weren't showing the 42s. This is this here is the 42 PPD.
So that's the one that's closer here?
No,
with
the 42 is a very high pixel density.
Right, yeah.
And it's all the way across the lens. It doesn't diminish.
Oh, okay.
On the Crystal, it's in the first 40 degrees, it's 35 PPD, and then it goes down. This one doesn't have the magnet on it yet, but it actually sticks to this
That's
thing.
cool, and then it just mounts right there.
Yeah, it's got a little plastic, a little rubber plug.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, if you want to use, otherwise you can use Wi-Fi.
Right, but that'll be barely noticeable on headsets. Yeah. I still remember back in the old days, the old Vive adapter and what was the other one, TV Pass. I don't know if you guys ever.
I love TV guys.
That was huge though.
Yeah, we've miniaturized it. We put a lot of effort to get this thing to be small. Yeah, we put a lot of effort into the original prototype was like this wide and this long. And then when we got one last January, it was made of tape. Remember that? It was all the black tape. The PCB was inside the black tape. We were testing it, and now we finally got it down to this. Yeah, that's the way it works. Guys,
Iterate.
and there'll be a 2.0 version of this and a 3.0 version of this. You know, and then the cool thing, you can keep a headset if you want, and you can just upgrade this one.
And that's the thing that I don't want to say unique to Pimax. I'm sure there are other people doing it, but Pimax isn't afraid to just keep iterating.
42s.
We're gonna be right back.
Now what's interesting about this is our previous version that I tested only a month ago, before they iterated it a couple times, as they always do. This is the production version. This actually has a wider field of view significantly for the 42 than the one I had a month ago. And
Yeah, I was going to say, this is pretty wide.
but the 35 is much wider than this. It's very noticeable.
It is,
vertically
like you can tell, the thing that's different about this, I think, than other Pimax headsets that I've tried, is you can kind of see the box around it with the 42.
And this one, on the 35s, it's a lot harder to see the boxes.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, but the point of the whole purpose of this set of lenses is to have the maximum possible resolution,
Right.
from left to right, up and down, no distortion, totally clear.
And if you're doing something that has a lot of very fine print and things of that nature, like simulators,
Sure.
sometimes you want that clarity for the.
If you're coding,
Exactly. Like that.
there's a lot of little fine
Yeah.
elements in the IDE and you know, like Unreal and Unity.
Yes.
It could be used for that. But over here we've got the Lighthouse faceplate as well, which we're showing is new. So from the last week or let's say month or so, we added the 42 PPD lenses, we added the Lighthouse faceplate, we added the wide gig adapter, we added, these all have the eye tracking integrated, full electronics are in here now.
Who's doing your iPad?
Toby.
I tried the 42 ppd lens version of the Pimax Crystal, and I had a little bit of nausea, strangely enough. So when I tried on the 35 ppd Pimax Crystal using the Lighthouse faceplate, I was still kind of a little bit woozy. Thankfully, the gentleman helped me to adjust my IPD, and I thought, okay, all of my problems will be solved. And I was in a corridor that was pretty close to all of the objects, so I wanted to test something out. I went outside into the open of Valve's fantastic Half-Life Alyx, and I discovered something that wasn't very comfortable for myself. As I looked off into the distance at the buildings, anything that was further away made it feel like I was a bit nearsighted, and this is a problem. While the clarity of the screen itself is fantastic, both the 42 ppd and 35 ppd lenses with the Pimax Crystal almost introduced a nearsightedness, even though I was already wearing glasses that correct my vision.
Hey Eric, what you got there?
This is a Pimax Portal. Playing Dead Cells. So these come off. They're like the switch controllers. And you can put them into, they have a controller adapter like this. And then it works as a VR headset and that headset is there.
Are you interested in the demo?
Yeah.
You need to go ahead and scan your information.
And then on the
Are you
outside,
interested in the portal or the
it's
crystal?
got these
Are you
cameras
interested
here.
in the portal or the crystal? Okay, this right
So
here
you
is
can
a
track it in
portal.
VR mode.
It's
Amazing.
portable
So both the
VR
controllers
system.
and the tablet are 6-stop tracks. So you can actually use it like a Quest basically.
That's so cool.
We also got to check out the Actronika Skinetic vest, which I've tried multiple times and actually was one of the original backers, the first backer on their Kickstarter, and then also when that Kickstarter was not successful, purchased the pre-purchase of the creator's edition of the vest. This is the now near final product and will be shipping this May. TCL brought a number of wearables, including the Nxtwear S, which I'm wearing here, which is basically a screen glasses, but had a pretty cool 360 video demo that I was able to turn around and see. Unfortunately, I could not try their Rayneo 2, which is an actual full-fledged AR glasses device, nor their Nxtwear V, which is a VR device, which were both sadly under glass. One device that was under glass in 2020 when I last visited CES was Panasonic's HMD, which is now under the name the Shiftall MeganeX, which is a business class device in the unit that I tried that includes diopters so that I did not have to wear glasses and very high fidelity screens. I did have some chromatic aberration and a lot of barrel distortion, but the view, if I was looking straight ahead at the center of the screen, was extremely sharp and high fidelity. I can see how this could be used, if it was refined a bit, in business class and in automotive industry as well as other design fields. But I don't think this is a device that's really well suited for consumers. Shiftall also had their HaritoraX motion tracking device, and their Mutalk device, which is a private communication device that almost looks like a muzzle. Another device I was excited to check out was the final production model of the Lynx R1. This is one that I've checked out in the past, and I actually was a Kickstarter backer, so I should be receiving my own production unit in the months to come.
Right, Eric, describe what you're seeing.
So we've got basically the solar system here
Oh, nice.
with the sun in the middle. And with my hands, because it's got the ultraleaf tracking, very precise hand motions, like if I do this, see all my fingers, things of that nature. You can also pick up planets. And right now I'm still kind of in the galaxy. If I go out here, I can see you, but I've still got 2 planets in my hands. So it's very cool.
So I have planets for eyes.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah. Now you have planets for us. So, and now they're all out of order, but they're there. They exist.
Here, buddy.
Cool. The pass-through in particular is way better than the last time I tried.
That's because we made a lot of calibration of the distortion and also the colors and
Like even like
the alignment.
yeah, everything is great.
Thank you so much.
So good. Yeah, this is amazing.
India's Ajnalens was an interesting device, but I was more interested in their AjnaVidya platform, which is an educational platform where they create modules to train through hundreds of different fields. The demo that they showed was a air spray painting demo, and it was pretty rough around the edges, as was the hardware and software experience with the HMD. But the potential of having an HMD or AR glasses or other platform to use to learn more and accelerate education is something that's very appealing and something that I don't feel is explored enough in the virtual reality and augmented reality space. One last cool demo we got to check out was with OpenBCI and their hotel suite for their Project Galea demo, which uses a Vario headset with a brain-computer interface attached to it. We got to check this out with our good friend Brad Lynch, also known as Sadly It's Bradley. And if you want to know more about this, he is obsessed with this technology, and you should go check out his channel where he has a much, much better, more in-depth video about this very demo. So with that, that pretty much wraps up our CES 2023 experience. We were only there for a couple of days, but I do want to thank my wife, Michelle, for all of her video capture and photography, making sure that we had great memories and great experiences along the way. We took the Tesla Vegas Loop Tunnel back toward our hotel, but not to our hotel. And then the next day we checked out and flew home. But CES 2023 is now behind us, and the future looks very bright.